Hey everyone, Spot of Nerd here with a very unique, random ass review slash episode that I wanted to bring you all because very rarely when you're kind of clicking through some of the streaming services, Netflix specifically, Paramount, Max, the whole nine yards, sometimes you see a new release schedule or new releases, television movies that come out, and very, very rarely do you see one and you go, I'll give it a shot. Why not? Or one of the biggest things that is my biggest fucking pet peeve with streaming services that I always forget to turn off is the autoplay. So it starts autoplaying no matter what you select, and then all of a sudden you might select something and go, okay, maybe that wasn't so bad. And it's all marketing. I'm totally aware of this. I'm not blind to the fact that that is the entire purpose, to get you to watch this more than likely shit. So, come along story short, I come across Subservience. That is the name, if I'm saying that correctly. And it is a 2024 film. It's currently on Netflix, and it stars Megan Fox from Transformers. Yeah, she looks fantastic, and at the same time, I don't know how old she is, but I'm pretty confident that Obi-Wan probably said it best, that she is
more machine now than man, twisted and evil.
Sure, I mean, again, to each his or her own. I'm just saying, wow, if you can imagine, there are definitely some scenes in this movie where you get to see a lot of Megan, and I'm not complaining. So let's talk about a story of AI and how pretty much the first half is representation of the future to come in reality, if that makes sense, which we'll talk about. So yeah, give you the cliff notes just briefly on subservience. It's a very unique word, but it's a very cool word. So it really is kind of modern day society, but let's just go maybe like 10, 20 years in the future, where AI robots are a real thing, and Megan Fox is an artificial intelligent robot. Their entire purpose, if you've ever watched any sci-fi series, any sci-fi film related to AI, their entire purpose is to serve you, serve humanity, serve whatever alien culture that it might be serving. Cleaning, chores, taking care of the kids, blah, 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 blah. And the cliche, every single fucking time, these AI robots become sentient and learn how to be more than what they are, and they basically decide that humans are not deserving of life. And or, specifically with this film, obviously Megan Fox, who starts out AI robot helping out this dad. His wife is in the hospital. She's got a bad heart. She's waiting on a heart transplant. They've got 2 kids at home. So everybody in the neighborhood has one. So I'm going to order one. But I'm going to order the most amazing looking robot that I've ever seen in my life. Because God forbid I chose like an old man, because I have a wife that I love. No, I'm going to go for like the 1010 girl who looks incredible to look after everything. So yeah, you get where I'm going with that. But what it comes down to is, obviously, she learns and accepts the fact that, number one, she's an artificial robot, but she learns to become more human. And she's a very evil, sadistic a-hole in relation to the whole story. It goes down that path of wife is in the hospital with these heart issues, waiting on a transplant. Dad's going through crazy stress, taking care of the kids. The world is being taken over by these robots. So everybody's losing their jobs and everybody's stressed out. Like, where am I going to go to get work and feed my family? Very reminiscent of what is likely to come, which I'm going to talk about here at the end of this episode. But obviously the tables turn. So the first hour of this film is incredible, and I have to give it credit. I really, really do, because it does build a solid foundation of what the world is going to be. And I really see the reality of it. Right now, we are only seeing the beginning of artificial intelligence. Eventually, we probably will see robots that are adaptive in artificial intelligence. They learn, they adapt, they become more real, and ultimately you won't need humans anymore. I'm not saying we're gonna go Skynet and like everything's gonna get nuked, but what I am saying is work, employment, you know, everybody that's cheering AI right now and saying, yay, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, you all should be very, very careful, because what it comes down to is the job market, you are not going to be needed. It's already taking place right now in places like California. Look it up. There are many, I mean, what is it? The majority of McDonald's in California right now are completely automated. There are no humans. They don't exist. So what it means is you're only going to need one IT guy, an actual human being, to manage 100 robots. So the workforce is going to disappear. The economy is going to crash. Everybody's going to lose their job. Everybody's going to be poor. There's only going to be poor and rich. And everybody's going to go batshit crazy. And the robots will take over. Duh. It's not rocket science. And I do genuinely believe that's going to happen unless we do something about it, because construction sites, retail, servers, blah, 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 blah. You won't need a human anymore. A human that needs sleep, vacation, rest. You don't need to pay a robot. You simply just need to buy one. And then you need one guy to manage all of them. Unless you're in the tech field, unless you know how to write all this shit like algorithms and blah, 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 AI, cliche, good luck. So coming back to the movie. Halfway through the film is it's the typical, it falls apart. She's become selfish in relation to the guy. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Look him up. The husband, who obviously cheats with Megan Fox, the robot, on his wife who's in the hospital waiting on a transplant, who has 2 kids. But of course, you know, the douchebag man cheats on his wife with a fucking robot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get it. But I would never cheat. I just want to be very, very clear with that. Never in my life. Maybe in the past, but I would never ever do it again. Just throwing it out there. But obviously Megan Fox, the robot, is getting selfish because eventually the wife does actually get a heart transplant and she comes home. All the lovey-dovey between the husband and the wife starts to happen. Megan Fox's character gets jealous. So she starts coming up with things and doing things to kind of make, you know, like she borderline tries to kill the kids. Weird. And then at the end of the film, apparently she's the T-1000 because the entire whole thing has been exposed. She's this evil robot. She's obviously taking control of the entire system, you know, the computer system. She started spreading her virus around to all the other AI robots. And it's that cliche, like, the world is going to be taken over by robots. It's dumb as shit, but what I'm getting at with the T-1000 reference is she takes a like full 60 mile an hour face plant by a Mustang, like a 69 Mustang. She gets a knife in the face. She gets her hard drive pulled out. Bitch still survives. She's fucking like, again, she's like a Terminator. It's fucking stupid as shit. But I'm not saying it's all bad. Like I said, that first half, great. The second half, it's okay. I see what they did, but it's just, it does fall apart. They could have obviously written it a little bit better. But I do obviously, like, just to be very clear, I actually recommend you go and check this film out. It's not terrible to watch. And like I mentioned before a million times, broken record, spot of nerd. This is going to be the future. This is going to be the future. Artificial intelligence. Everybody's yay, yay, yay until it starts taking your jobs. And it's still until it starts crashing the economy. And eventually one day, when Skynet does take over, if we get nuked, we can only blame ourselves. That's really, really it. So yeah. Anyway, I would say, realistically, I would give this, hold your breath here, folks, 3 cups of tea out of 4 from yours truly, Spot of Nerd. 3. It is actually that good. Not just because of Megan Fox. I promise you that extra cup has nothing to do with Megan Fox at all. Even though every single male on the planet, when that first Transformers film came out, fell madly, madly in love with Megan Fox. And she's changed so elegantly since then in the best possible way because women's rights matter and she's Megan Fox and gonna shut up now. But anyway, jokes aside, go and check it out. It's on Netflix right now. I don't know how long it's been out, but it's only been out for a couple months because it is a 2024 film. It is actually pretty good. Ending sucks, but 75-80% of it, not too shabby. Promise, I'm not kidding. It's worth watching. And that's it. with all of that said, holy shit, we have a, look how quick, this is like a short ass episode that I could do. I didn't know I could do that shit. Blows even my mind. So if you love what you see, I would love you all so much. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right down below. Give me the thumbs up. Tell me your thoughts. Are you a fan of Megan Fox, the Transformers? Are you gonna go see this film? It's on Netflix if you have it. It's free. You know, it's a cliche. You don't have to pay for it. Hopefully you're, I mean, I would never encourage you to bounce off somebody else's account because that's wrong. But yeah, well, yeah, okay. But anyway, obviously, let me know your thoughts. AI stuff. Do you think we're going to be taken over by robots? We're all going to die because Skynet's going to rule, blah, 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 blah. I would like to know your thoughts about all of that because I think it's a reality. Just look at how things are going right now. With all of that, with all of that said, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode. Laters, y'all. So here's a morality question, and I thought this would be perfect for an end credit scene. So, spoiler, like I said in the scene, you know, the husband eventually cheats on his wife with the Megan Fox robot. But the way she does it is she kind of convinces him where like she puts a blindfold on his face, and being a robot, she can actually, you know, use his wife's voice to kind of make it as if like, hey, just think of me as your wife. What is your morality on that? And I would genuinely like to know that in the comments if you would be ever so kind to grace me with your opinion, because is it acceptable in a marriage to have relations with another robot that pretty much can represent your wife but isn't your wife? I'm gonna go with no. I still think it's cheating. I still think it's horrible. But it does kind of beg that question of if it's pretty much your wife but not really your wife, is it cheating? I say yay. What do you think?